firstly, welcome to our weekly live stream. We know that these weeks have been tough. A lot of things going on with the world, things going on in America and all around other cities. In case you're like really engaged into following the news on the Black Lives Matter situation, and you want to like keep supporting them and keep watching and having, you know, their space, you know, keep reading what they're writing, and you know, we're the last thing we want is to in some way silence those voices or make them less visible. All right, so first disclaimer is this one: we really we're doing this because we want people that play the game to have the update and to have it explained, even in this very tough situation that the world is in right now. But if you do not have the time, or if you do not have the energy, or if you want to spend that energy or time looking for ways to help people all around the world, you can feel free to do so. We're not here to stop you, right? But if you really want to stay, if you want to, like, I don't know, stress out a little bit, like relax a little bit, and hear me saying what's new with the game, please feel welcome. Okay, so this patch note, this patch was mostly focused on stuff that isn't necessarily a visual change. Like, it's not gonna be 100% perceivable only by looking at the game, some of them at least, but a lot of the stuff going behind the curtains of the game here has changed, and I want to talk about it. That's why we needed this live stream, because it's a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna put inside the patch notes, but I do want to comment here, just so you guys have a like approximate idea of how it works currently. So we're going for a large ship. Playing with me, we have Marcos Bugslayer and Alexandre Talas. They're like pretty much always playing with me on live streams. Welcome Vixen Snow, welcome to the live stream. Welcome Charles Almeida Moreira, or should I say just Charles. Welcome. Hola, buenas. Okay, let's go. Let's start. So the first thing that changed in this patch is something that's very hidden. It has always been, maybe too much, but the idea is for it to continue being hidden, which is the way our difficulty works. Previously we had an adaptive difficulty system that it was maybe a bit too complex, in the sense that it had multiple layers working with different weights, and like trying to push the game into different directions, and what that caused is that it was like kind of hard to notice that it happened, you know, that the difficulty was changing in any way, but it was also not very powerful, in like it didn't have enough tools to actually change the difficulty. So we moved some variables here and there, and we thought that would be enough for a more impactful and adaptive experience for the player. It wasn't. So yeah, firstly, thanks for all the players that gave us those feedbacks. Some players didn't realize there was something going on, there was change at all. Some people even didn't notice that we had differences between players. Like those, we thought at least, were the most noticeable, you know. Like when you're playing single player, you literally can take more hits before dying. You know, there are a lot of variables in that sense that we have it changed, like we have them all changed to better, to have a less intense difficulty curve for players playing alone and all that kind of stuff. But people were not feeling it. It was not being impactful enough, we believe. So what we did is that we completely reworked the way difficulty works in this game. Basically with the same philosophy of thinking, like what we really aim for here is to have the game respond to how well you play. And previously it was kind of responding to how well, like how many good things or bad things you did in that match. Like if you fell on the floor, like tired, like I'm doing right now, if you destroyed aliens, if an alien egg popped up, and that had like mainly two problems. First one was that it was actually reflecting, like it was acting upon something that was not necessarily affecting the difficulty at that moment, you know. So yeah, the number of alien eggs popping could be a big thing, but it could not. It could be like I don't know, nothing. If you've literally stunned all the aliens that popped out and you are already I don't know, recycling them, there's no difficulty there, you know. So the game would like try to hold back when it just didn't need to. And the second problem with that was that it was kind of exploitable in a way that you could push the game systems, like acting poorly. You could push the game systems to help you for a more long-term, medium to long-term period of time. And that was definitely not the goal. Like we didn't want it to be exploitable. We didn't want it to reflect on something that's not being a problem or being a good thing in that given moment. I honestly never noticed the eggs only spawn on doors or floor. Yes, they do. Previously, the eggs, they would spawn on doors when we had the call wave. We did have like sort of a pacing parameter that would say like, oh, okay, it's been long enough since you didn't have any eggs popping. Let's just push a wave there. So waves would spawn on doors. And it would have like a constant spawn of eggs on the floor, and that constant spawn of eggs would get like more difficult between waves because of the other system. So now it's all sort of the same. We still have the pacing system, the wave system. But the other system, it works alongside the waves. Like it uses waves as a main difficulty control source. It's kind of abstract, but the goal of what I'm trying to say here is that now the system really acts upon what's happening in the game, and it might be a bit difficult for you to notice it, like for you to actually like see. Like ideally you will not notice at all. You will be playing and you will be just having fun, and you will not find it like odd that anything happened or feel like the game is helping you or trying to get you back, like push you back. ideally that's not gonna happen. And I think we reached a pretty decent spot in this. But now the game it really knows what's happening with you, like what's the situation you are in that moment, and for that it's gonna be way more responsive, and hopefully it's gonna help a lot of like new players to not be crushed by the game, because they'll have like a small, but you know, they'll have a slightly higher chance of getting back on their feet and actually conquering the game. It's gonna avoid those situations in which you were like, I got this room, I lost this room, I got this room, oh my god, I lost 2 rooms, now I got 2 rooms back, but then I lost another, you know, that loop of like not being able to push forward or to lose, like getting right in the middle. We strongly believe that that's not gonna happen anymore, or at least not for long. The game is either gonna like, okay, yeah, you're having difficulty, let me help you up, or it's gonna like crush you immediately and just say, yeah, not good enough, bro, let's try it again. Let's see how it goes. Lucas Souza Rocha, Brasil Zizio, orgulho demais, valeu, cara. Sometimes I speak in Portuguese, just to answer Brazilian people. Mas valeu demais pelo apoio aí, Lucas. Rado D. Roth, welcome back, man. Hi, no way. Noe79, hi. We're fine. We're fine. You're asking how we are. We're fine. You. How about you? How about you? I mean, who's 100% fine when we're talking about a pandemic world and chaotic, almost post-apocalyptic situations? But considering all of that, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're doing it. I mean. Okay. Yeah, we gotta push forth, guys. Let's go to this room over here. What are you guys trying to do? Oh yeah, another thing that we changed. Now we changed. Yeah, it was a big change actually. So we've had some complaints about our obligatory tutorial. So just to explain to you why we had an obligatory tutorial, this game, it has many layers. Like, you get this game thinking it's a couch fun game about like moving one thing from one place to another, and it kind of is. Like, it has this layer of like only action, reaction, and chaotic frenzy. But at the same time, it also has all those systems that you're used to, like all the economy of the game, how you make money, how you deal with different kind of threats, how you get yourself some food and get yourself rested. All of that is kind of too much for new players, and we knew that. So we did have to ask them, like, okay, guys, I know nobody enjoys tutorials. We didn't have like a campaign to slowly progress and introduce the players to the mechanics. Like, we do that by unlocking new stuff over time, right? Some of the more advanced and useful, arguably workstations that we have, you know, appliances that we have, they only unlock after some time playing the game, after a few matches, for example. And that is one way of like pacing out the learning curve of the game. But even like starting with nothing, starting with the basic items that you have in the shop, it's a lot to learn. And some of the things that are like maybe easy to learn, They're kind of different from other couch fun games that we have. The controllers themselves, you know, they're not overcooked like. We try to make that. It didn't work because only the fact that you have to carry so much stuff around and place them with a certain precision, that was enough to not let the controller scheme of other couch fun co-op games work plainly in our game. So we had to use a tutorial for that, and at the start we didn't have it. It wasn't obligatory. It was only optional, so like fully optional. You could skip it right away. But what we noticed was that like a lot of people were skipping it and facing severe frustration while playing because they didn't know how to play, which makes sense. You know, they were killing themselves in the dirt. They were, I don't know, placing stuff on wrong places and not knowing how to unbuild, to deconstruct those appliances. And getting stuck mostly. So we had to kind of enforce that tutorial. It's very short. It's like 3 minutes to 5 minutes long, maybe 10 minutes if you really take the time to learn it. But it's not long at all. The dog is hungry, by the way. Let me see if we can get some food for him. Hey, eat here. Eat Alice. Alice. No, okay, I'm gonna give it to the dog. Let's give it to the dog. Yeah, there you go. Okay. By the way, I don't know if you all know this, but if you can call the dog by pinging, it comes like to the place that you were, and then it keeps following the closer player, the closest player. It's a fine little touch that we put in its AI, and it's very useful when you actually like to use the dog and use it a lot. Like having the possibility to call him out and pointing the direction where he's going is very useful. What are you guys pinging? Oh yeah, we have pizza. Pizza is literally the like one of the most anticipated features in the game, which is interesting to say the least. Like a lot of stuff, a lot of exciting stuff coming, and then people just want pizza. But to be honest, it's very good for the game to have it there. Now we do have what are you pinging? What are you pinging? Oh, we need batteries. We need... Oh god. Okay, we lost the battery. There's a flying alien here. Oh, it's gonna kill me, guys. Guys, it's gonna kill me. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Alright, so pizza. Here's the thing about pizza. We did have like multiple ways of dealing with aliens invasions. We added the spray that, you know, would allow you to prevent aliens from popping up the doors. We added like multiple tools and things that you could use to make it, you know, playable and to deal with some problems in multiple ways. And even though we do have like a variety of, you know, fruits, types of food, and ways to get those types of food, we didn't have like something instant, you know, something that you could solve the food problem quickly. And come on, like how is it how's this game simulating you living in a space house if it's not letting you order delivery? Honestly, like it's such a strong part of what it is like being, you know, living in, sharing a home, and being into space with your friends. I don't know how is it exactly how it is to be in space, but I know that if you had a house in space, you'd want to order delivery, especially pizza. So we fixed that. That's the thing. That's literally it. So now you have a pizza. You can order it. It arrives fairly quickly, and it gets you. Oh god, I'm wasting my aliens here. Yeah, let's use the mixer. So now you can order pizza. Pizza's gonna come fairly quickly, and when it comes, it's gonna give you 4 slices of pizza that can be shared with your friends, that can be eaten all by yourself, which is not very political and polite, but it's a possibility. And it satisfies you almost like something close to the cooked alien, you know. It's not as satisfying. It doesn't fill you up as much as the cooked alien, but it does give you something close to that. Vixens, though, do you think rugs will ever be movable? So here's the thing with, it's not only rugs. There's one type of things that we cannot remove, or we didn't at least find a way to do so, which are the things that are under other things. Because right now the game knows that you are interacting with something when you're facing it, you know, like right here. I get close to the microwave, it knows I'm trying to interact with it. Same thing with the pumpkin garden down here. So I can do this with anything that's in front of me. But what I cannot do is with the carpet, because for example, the carpet right now, it doesn't have anything over it, but if I had like 4 workstations here, the game would not be able to know if I'm trying to interact with the workstation or with the carpet itself. And imagine that you're always trying to, like, you're always close or over a carpet. That way, anytime you press B, it would try to start unbuilding it, and that was causing some bugs. It was not good. It was not working great. So that, alongside the energy sockets, those are things that we just can't find a way to actually allow you to move them. So we ended up like making them quite powerful or cheap, so you can like get another one if you wanted, or if you place them on the wrong spot. But yeah, it's a challenge. I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to do so. I'd say it's easier. Easier, not in. Okay, easier is not the word. I'd say it's more likely that we're gonna get like a modified way of having a carpet, like maybe more control over how you're gonna place it, or having it, I don't know, fill up the rest of the room. I don't know. I just think those are more likely than being able to remove it, because of the way we implemented the removable, the deconstruct feature. Okay, why are we opening 2 doors at the same time? This is gonna go bad. This is gonna go bad. Also, thank you for making it so you can't pick up the cleaning bot. Yes, yes, definitely. You're welcome, and I'm very happy about that too, because it was a pain. It was a pain. For like, it was possible to do that because we thought back then, when the AI of the cleaning bot was not as clever, we thought, okay, imagine you have 2 dirty rooms and you want to have it like the cleaning bot cleaning only one of them. So you can grab it, put it back, and then you'll be able to you know, just get done with the rest of the stuff you want, not worry about it. The reality is you never use that, like you would never do that, because the cleaning bot, sorry, the cleaner bot, it just got so smart that it was just basically doing things without you asking. Like you thought about cleaning X and it would go there and do it. And since it was that smart, you didn't need to put it anywhere. So the only time you remember that you could possibly carry it elsewhere was when you accidentally, okay, we do have 2 things here. Okay, you made me immune. Let's do it. Let's do it. Woo. I'm immune to alien goo. You don't have to worry about me. And now you clean me. Why? Why give me unlimited power and then take it away? Anyway, back to the updates. Alright, so difficulty change. We really hope you guys enjoy it. We were really worried that like changing the difficulty would make the game easier for more hardcore players. It doesn't. Alright, I mean, I'm not saying that we, the developers, are the best players in this game, but I'd say it's close. You know, we're not the best, but we have like so many hours in this game that if we were not good, I think something was not right with us. You know, like it had to be something supernatural to let us be bad at this game. So we know all of the meta, we know even how to exploit some systems, you know, because we've implemented them. And even with that knowledge, the match is still pretty tough. What we were very eager to see is how it goes for like more new players, you know, like newer players, people that don't understand the systems as deeply as we do. We want to see if it's actually helping them somehow, or if it's just absolutely difficult, like it's just more difficult and that's it, you know. That's not the point, but anyway, let's see how it goes. It's very important to get your feedbacks on that. Please, if you can, give us feedback on like how difficult the game is, how it feels. If it's too difficult, it's more difficult now than it was before, things like that. It's very important to hear you guys on that. And we've also fixed a lot of stuff. I didn't end up explaining about the new change in tutorial, right? I just told you why it was obligatory. Well, it's not obligatory anymore. We thought it through. It was kind of annoying that you had to do it, even though it was important to do so. We felt like some people are really against obligatory tutorials, and we thought, yeah, okay, why not? Let's see how we can have it not be obligatory while also motivating people to do it, you know. Because believe me guys, it's important. If you never played this game, please go and make the tutorial, because it's important as hell. So where we got with this reflection was that like we could make it not obligatory and give people that actually went on and did the tutorial a reward for that, you know, Like, okay, you took the time to do it. It's only 5 minutes, but you did it. So here's a prize for that. And what we added was these little beautiful, lovely, fancy skins for the armchair. The regular skin is not nearly as awesome as these ones are. Okay, so want to skip the tutorial? Go ahead. No, we're not preventing you to do it. But you're not gonna have this badass, cool-looking skin. I actually did very occasionally pick up on purpose if I didn't want it to get stuck in the room that wasn't going under control just yet. Still think it's a good change. It should not be able to though. Yeah, I did do it eventually, but like the majority of players would not do it, and the amount of times I picked up like not on purpose, like by mistake, it was just far overweighting the amount of times I've actually wanted to get it. So yeah, I'm glad you're happy with the change. Guys, let's do it. Let's push the game. We can finish it right now, I think. Yeah. We did some minor improvements as well. For example, now the cooking robot, it doesn't take you fruits anymore. So if you only have, for example, a fruit to feed you and you're like starting to get hungry, it's gonna cook it and then give it to you. Because what was happening a lot also was that like people had a lot of cooked food, like dozens of cooked food on the fridge, and the bot would just grab the nearest fruit and I think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take this one. This is the best choice that we can. This is the best thing I can deliver to my owner who's starving right now. Uncooked food, raw food. So yeah, we changed. We were trying to change one thing about the watering bot AI as well. It did not work out. Like it worked, it was doing what it should do, but it was causing performance drop, and we had to pull that out. It's gonna come eventually. Which was like those situations which you have one shaft and you have like 3 watering bots going to the same shaft and watering it one after the other, and completely like wasting their water bucket. It's gonna be fixed eventually, okay? I promise you that. Alright, what else? Oh god, multiple things. But yeah, we had some bug fixes, minor changes. I'm gonna have to open the patch notes here because I'm completely blinking out. Just to check if we have anything else that it's like important to talk about here in this live stream. Oh yeah, this one is a subtle thing, but it can be very impactful depending on how you play the game. Which is, previously you could not choose from many servers that could be chosen. Like we had a very large list of possible servers. Then we reduced that because we were not fighting players on matchmaking, and we wanted to like increase the odds of that happening. Ended up that we found another solution for that, which was like only decreasing the chances, like decreasing the number of servers when you were actively matchmaking and not in every situation. So we put back many of the, not many, like actually all of the previously available servers, and it's a very large list. So it's quite likely that you're gonna find yourself a better Okay. You're gonna find yourself. I'm canceling that. You're gonna find yourself a closer server for you to play on with your friends, especially if you're like. But it will only work if you're in a private match. So if you invite a friend and you want to play on a very low ping server, you now can, which is something good, I guess, right? I'm very happy about that change. Even though we already had the South America server available, like we now have 2 servers for US, we have a Canadian server, we have Asian, Australia, Russia, East and West. We have like many other options for those of you who do not live near the servers that were available before. And oh yeah, one thing that we did change, and we got a lot of reports on that, was that like sometimes you were playing and Steam would just have you offline for some reason, and you'd unlock something, but it would not be unlocked on Steam. And since we only send the message of like unlock this achievement to Steam, at the moment you unlocked it, you'd never get that achievement. It's fixed. Now you're gonna get it. It's a very large list. I'm not gonna go one by one because I'm gonna run out of time before I get to like half of the list, and I don't want to like bother you, and I don't want to make this only me reading the patch notes. I just want to talk to you about the changes that we did, justify some stuff, explain how all this stuff works, and just, you know, see if you guys are doing well. So very glad to see you all here. We're gonna go now. Thanks Marcos and Alexandre for playing with me, and until next week we're gonna be possibly playing this game with the community, or maybe playing another game, I don't know. Just stay tuned. If you're not part of the community yet, please join. Is discord.gg/Behold Studios, okay? It's discord.gg/Behold Studios, and you're gonna be part of our wonderful and loving community, and you're gonna be like 100% in tune with what we're doing. Get to know about the updates beforehand, get to see the features we're working on, and also read about the live stream beforehand. For example, this live stream normally happens on Thursdays. We did have to postpone it for today, and like the guys of the community were the first ones to know that. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, No Way, Vixen, Suncup, Charles, and Roth, and Lucas, everyone. Thanks for participating and commenting on the live stream. I'm very happy to be here with you, and until next week, bye bye.